to understand the deeper significance of temple destruction, let us just reflect a little more on the third element, the microcosmos. The historian, first century Jewish historian Josephus, described the feature of the temple in the first century in his book called Antiquity. He writes that the great bronze sea which was painted in the temple represented the sea. The menorah with the seven lamps represented the lights of heaven. In fact, they consider these seven lamps as seven celestial bodies. And the veil that separated from the holies of holies to the rest of the temple was woven with constellation, the stars of heaven. And so the veil represented the visible heaven, and beyond this veil was heaven of heaven, the invisible dwelling place of God. And it is not a mere coincidence that later in the gospel we hear at the time of death of Jesus that this temple veil is torn into two. Jesus was making an announcement, a profound announcement of not just the destruction of the physical building. The fall of this physical building was symbolized, signifying the collapse of the old cosmos, the old order, which we say the temple itself was a cosmos, microcosmos. Jesus was proclaiming that the old era is ending and a new era of creation is beginning. By these three things, the way God will dwell among His people. Like today we celebrate baptism. God is going to reside inside of Luca. New way of offering gifts. This is what we do. Offering sacrifices. A new way of revealing God, His glory. Friends, when change comes, it's difficult, it's challenging. But whenever this change comes, it is for God's plans to fulfill, for our good and for our salvation.